Hi everybody. Inspired by one of your classmates, I'm going to post this video that walks you through a full verb synopsis so that you can have it at hand to reference at any time and pause as needed. Today I'm going to give you the verb deleo, delere, delewi, deletus aum, which means to destroy, and we're going to do the synopsis in the third person plural masculine. So it's going to be they destroy, they were destroying, they will destroy, etc. The first thing to notice about this, of course, is what conjugation it is. And to determine that, we look at the infinitive. We see the E with the macron, and that tells us that it is second conjugation. Okay? So we're going to start with the present indicative, they destroy. And I'll do this for the top half of the grid here. We're going to use the same stem for all of the forms in the top half here, hence the 2 in the middle. So it's going to be, the stem is going to be dele, 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 dele. Okay, all the way through this portion of the grid. Excuse my eraser's a little finicky here, but much better than when we're working on Zoom. Okay, delay. Okay, so for the present active, they destroy. It's a simple formula for the present. We take the stem and we add the nt ending. They are being destroyed, or they are destroyed. We take that stem, we just tack on the ending for the passive unter. For the present subjunctive, we remember we're in the second conjugation. We fear a liar, so we're using the fear. So we use the EA and then tack on the ending, NT. Again, the EA, we fear a liar, and the inter. Okay, for the imperfect, again, simple formula, stem plus ba plus an ending, NT. They were destroying. Passive, stem, BA, they were being destroyed, inter. For the subjunctive, we're going to use that same stem, but this time, for the imperfect subjunctive, we remember that that formula is just the infinitive, delere, plus an NT ending. For the passive, we do the same thing, delere, the infinitive, plus the inter ending. For the future, dele is our stem, and since this is a second conjugation verb, like first conjugation verbs, we take the stem, we add the bobis bit, bimus bitus, bunt. They will destroy. And then for the future, they will be destroyed, dele buntur, adding that passive ending. And of course, as we remember, there's no future subjunctive. Okay, moving right on to the perfect. In the bottom left-hand quadrant, we're working off the third principal part, and we always use the same stem there by chopping off the I from the third principal part to lewi. We get our stem deleu, hard to pronounce by itself. Deleu, deleu, deleu. And again, no future perfect subjunctive. Okay, for the perfect indicative, like the present, it's just the stem and an ending, but this time the stem is from the third principal part, and the ending is that special set of endings, e isti it, emis istis erunt. Okay, for the subjunctive, we use the stem and we use the endings erim, eris, erit, erimis, eritis, erint. For the pluperfect indicative, they had destroyed. We use our perfect stem delay, we add our ERA, and then the NT ending, they had destroyed. The pluperfect subjunctive, the stem deleu, we add our isse, they had is the isse, and then the NT, they had destroyed. For the future perfect indicative, remember it's the same as the perfect subjunctive. The endings are ero, eris, erit, erimis, eritis, erint, and there we are. Okay. And finally, for the perfect passive forms, we're going to be using our fourth principal part. Now, since I've asked for masculine, we're going to use deletus, but I've also asked for plural, so we're going to have to pluralize it. So our first word of these two word forms is going to be deleti. That should have a macron over the I. Deleti. Delete. No, deleti. Delete. Sorry, I've done them in different genders here. Okay, actually, Okay, so this one is masculine. Delete, we're going to add the present tense of the verb to be as the second word. Sumus estis sunt. For the subjunctive, we're going to use the present subjunctive of the verb to be. Simsis sit, simus sitis, sint. And I think when I prepared this before, I meant masculine, masculine here, feminine here, and neuter here, plural all. So we got deletai, deletai. They had been destroyed, deletai. Now we're going to use the imperfect of the verb to be, erant. For the subjunctive, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to use the imperfect of the verb to be, but we're going to make it subjunctive, essent. And finally, the future perfect indicative, I've done neuter plural here, deleta, and then we're going to use the present, the future indicative of the verb to be, ero, eris, erit, erimis, eritis, erunt. Erunt. They will have been destroyed. Okay, moving on to the imperatives. So for the imperatives, I'm going to note the principal part here that you use for the imperatives. Use the second, present participle second, PPP fourth, future active fourth, gerundive second, infinitive present second, perfect infinitive third, future active infinitive we'll be using the fourth. Okay, so the imperative singular, we just take the stem off delere, destroy, dele. If we're commanding more than one person, destroy, delete. Present participle uses that same stem, dele, and the genitive singular, ntis, describing someone as destroying. The PPP, of course, is just the fourth principal part, deletos, describing somebody as having been destroyed. The future active participle, describing somebody as about to destroy. We're going to use that stem, delete, and add the UR, US, deleturus. Okay. To describe somebody as to be destroyed, we're going to go back to our second principal part stem, dele, and add our undus for the gerundive, for the future passive participle. Present infinitive is your second principal part, delere, to destroy. To be destroyed, we're going to get rid of that E and replace it with an I, delere, to be destroyed. Perfect infinitive, we're going to go to the third principal part, and we're going to get our stem deleu, and we're going to add isse, and that's to have destroyed. You'll notice that the perfect active infinitive is also, in a sense, the stem of the pluperfect subjunctive, pluperfect active subjunctive. Okay, no ending here, it's the infinitive. For the perfect passive infinitive, to have been destroyed, we're going to use our fourth principal part here, deletum, and then make it infinitive by simply adding esse. And again, that one comes from the fourth principal part, 34. Okay, and the future active infinitive, finally, we're going to use the future active participle, deleturus. I'll make it deleturum because you'll usually find it in the accusative in an indirect statement, and to make it infinitive, just tack on esse. Okay, hope that helps, and again, you can refer to this at any time and pause it when you need to, and always ask me questions if you have any. Okay, we'll see you in class tomorrow.